Guys, so to begin this look, we're going to be using this camel color as I always use, and I'm just going to apply this color to my crease because as always this is going to be one of the transition colors that we're going to use. So I'm just applying that with a blending brush all over my crease and just making sure everything looks blended out. So just applying that and intensifying it a little bit so that it warms up the look a little bit. And then going with this color Fawn, I know you can barely tell like that I'm even applying any color, but I'm just gonna blend some of that on top of it just to kind of blend out the edges. And then I'm going back with some more of that camel color to again intensify the color a little bit more. And then going with this color from the Makeup Forever Artist Shadow. I don't know the exact color, but I'll leave it down below. I'm just applying that my crease to, again, we want the crease to look really warm, especially for the turquoise color that we're going to be applying later. So we're just applying that on the crease and making sure it's blended out, because as always we want to make sure there are no harsh lines and we just want to blend everything out. So now going with this Espresso color, and these colors are from the Lorac Mega Pro palette. I'm just applying that in my outer corner with a pointed brush, eyeshadow brush I guess, and then applying some of that in the inner corner. This is a different technique that I'm like learning to play with, so bear with me if it looks sloppy. I'm sorry, but I think it turned out pretty well. So just applying some of that on the other eye as well, the outer corner and inner corner, and we're just gonna blend that out. So this look is I don't think I mentioned it, but this look is inspired by Jaclyn Hill. So if you watched her video, I'm pretty much copying what she's doing, but with what I have. So yeah. Oh, and I have some of that blue color because I was about to apply the turquoise color, but then I realized I should do the brown first and then go back to the turquoise. So excuse that. So again, just blend. You want to make sure everything is blended out, so it doesn't matter if it looks sloppy because we're gonna apply some of that turquoise color on top of it. So just blend, 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 and then going back with this color Camel to warm up the look a little bit more, we're just gonna apply some more of that with the blending brush all over our crease. And just make sure everything is blended. And then using the Urban Decay electric palette, which I've never used, we're using this color Fringe. And then we're gonna apply on that center part that doesn't have any eyeshadow. And I'm just using a synthetic brush from Sigma, I believe. And you're just gonna apply that all over your lid area, and it's okay if you go over the brown, that's fine, because I'm gonna go back anyways and reapply some more of that dark brown color. So I'm just applying that all over my lid, and then the same thing on the other eye, the center of the eye where we have no eyeshadow. So just apply some of that. So yeah, just using patting motion so that we don't have that much fallout, so that's why I'm just patting it on. And then of course you want to just blend everything out, and I'm using a blending brush from Sigma. And then I'm going back with that Espresso color from the Lorac Pro palette and just applying that at my outer corner again and the inner corner so that we can have like it look smokier. So it can have a smokier look to it. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah. So just applying that, and again I'm still using that pointed brush, and then we're just gonna blend everything out. So just make sure it's blended. And then again, because the dark brown kind of took over, I'm just going to apply some more of that turquoise color, the color Fringe from the Urban Decay electric palette, and I'm just gonna apply that on the center of my eye this time, just focusing it more in the center of the eye instead of the whole eyelid. And then going with this color Freak from the Urban Decay electric palette as well, we're just going to apply a little bit of that in the center of the eye. And it just gives it like a pop of color. So I really like applying some of this color on top of the Fringe color. So it looks really nice. And then of course I'm just winging out my eyeliner. And then I'm using the NYC liquid eyeliner. So just, you know, whatever eyeliner you have. Oh, and one thing I did was I made sure that I did my eyeliner really thin because I want the emerald color to pop more than the eyeliner itself. So that's why I did a really, really thin liner, even though my wings are kind of long, but I just did a thin liner. And then for the face, I'm going to apply this Infallible Pro Matte Foundation from L'Oreal. This is new. I don't know if you guys already seen videos all over YouTube about it, but I really, really like this foundation. It's a really good coverage. It's very buildable to full coverage, of course. It's, I would say, for medium to full coverage. So, and it does keep you matte. I really, really like that. But like I said, I don't know. I guess nothing compares to the Immaculate Foundation. So, it's a really good foundation though. And so now I'm using the Fit Me, the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. And one thing that I realized that I like doing to prevent creasing is I like to do one eye at a time. So I'll put on concealer on one eye and then I'll set it and then do the same thing for the other eye. Because I realized that like decreases the amount of creasing. So I'm just using the banana powder from Anastasia and just setting that underneath my eyes. And I use that also to set where I get oily the most, which is my T-zone. So yeah, I'm just setting my foundation and concealer. And then for my mascara, I'm applying some waterproof mascara because I just curled my lashes. So to hold the curl, I just apply some of this and it does an amazing job of holding my curl. So, and then to contour my face, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I believe I'm using the color Java. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm also using a small contour brush from Sigma, and I'm just applying that to the hollows of my cheeks and my temples as always, just to warm up the face and give it some color. And then for my blush, I'm using the color Peach from E.l.f. It's their mineral blushes, so I'm just applying that using a blush brush from Sigma. And then to blend everything out, I'm just going to use a stippling brush and make sure there's no harsh line with my brush or my blush or my contour. And then with the color Espresso, I'm just going to line my lower lash line using an angle brush. And because we want it to be a little bit smokier, we're just going to blend out that lower lash line using a pencil brush. And this one's from Sigma, so you just want to blend and make sure there's no harsh lines. And just to make it a little like darker in the lower lash line, I'm just going back with that Espresso color and just applying a little bit more on the lower lash line. And then using this E.l.f Mineral eyeliner in the color Black, I'm just going to apply that on my waterline. And then again, this is just going to give it a smokier touch to it. So I'm just applying some of that. And then to finish off the eyes, I'm going back with some mascara, but this one's non-waterproof. I believe this is the Benefit Lash Domination mascara, and I'm just applying some of that on my lashes. I really like this mascara because it really does like lengthen and volumize your mascara, so I definitely would recommend this mascara. And then you just want to apply some of this on your lower lash line, and I'm just applying some of that on both my eyes to complete the eye look. And then I'm using this E.l.f lipstick, and I'm not sure what color it is exactly. I'll leave it down below, the name of it, but I really like this color. It's a really pretty nude color, but I do realize it has like an orange tone to it. So in order to get rid of that, because I don't really like orange tone, I'm going to use this MUA Lipgloss, and I'm not sure what color it is, but it's very pinky, so it definitely changes the color a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please leave any requests you guys have down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, bye guys!